The name of this episode, I'm trying to flip it. Okay, this is 9-line child, so it's gonna be moving a lot, and I'm gonna be doing a little razzle dazzle way. It go all the way to the ground, so baby, it's like a cloak. So baby, when I tell you before I start doing this episode, baby, I was in here spinning around this apartment. I almost knocked my damn plants down. You over there. And again, if you keep seeing me do this, there's no Coca-Cola over here. I don't do that. No disrespect to anybody that does, but it's just like my nose hair and my mustache hair touch, and it just like they do like this little cross kiss thing, and it just be, it's just so weird to me. So I have notes, as you can see, like there's a stack of notes, clearly. We literally live in a world of opinions and judgment, but where is the love? You guys, welcome to episode number 5. Welcome to episode number 5. We are here. I'm gonna start that over again, just in case you ain't catch that. We literally live in a world of opinions and judgment, but where is the love? Where is the love? The world is missing so much love. It's so much hatred. It's so much criticism. It's so much judgment. Like every single thing you do, you're being judged and criticized. And social media, like right now, I don't know when this video is going to air, but I'm like actually on a social media break because social media is like, it's amazing, but it can also fuck you up. It can fuck you up. Having access to so much at one time can be freaking overwhelming. And I'm going on a tangent, so let's reel it back in. We'll go just one more time, y'all, just because we already here, right? We doing this. Y'all watching me, y'all like it, whatever. We literally live in a world of opinions and judgment, but where is the love? Which prevents us from living our life to the fullest. Living our life unapologetically. I'm glad I said that right, because I almost had a little tongue twisted and I don't know how. Like just living your life is so hard because of the criticism and the judgments and no love. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you watching, welcome to episode number 5. And the title of this episode is called The Prayer List. This is my episode where I talk about how I feel about the church, religion, and the Bible, and people. All lump summed in one. Again, I want to say this from the beginning. I don't know when you're going to watch this or how you're going to watch this, but these are my thoughts. These are all the things that are in my head, whether I've witnessed or I've felt or heard. So we just gonna have a diarrhea of the mouth. I know that sounds kind of, but it's literally the things that are about to come out. This is gonna be a diarrhea of the mouth. So just basically, yeah. I also was trying to figure out like how do I want the tone of this to be? Like, do I want this episode to be funny? Do I want it to be serious? Because one of my friends was like, "Oh my goodness, you've been doing all these last videos. They're just so like, they're so deep, they're so emotional. It's just like." And I'm like, yeah, because this is my life. Everything is not a funny matter. Everything is not meant to make you laugh. Some shit is fucking serious. Like I've been through some shit, and I want to share it. But I also, it's more or less me being free. This is my therapist. The screen is my therapist for me to make these videos and me to look back so that I can just feel the emotion and see how I felt and what I said. And gagging myself because I'm like, I can't believe you said that. But it's the truth. So again, this is the diary of the mouth. I named this episode the prayer list, and this was like very like last minute. Because I had this glass frog, and my grandma likes frogs. And I just saw it was sitting on here, but on the lower shelf, and I put it down there where my plants are down there. I was like, it needs to be with the plants. It needs to be where my joy is, like all that. I guess I could show you guys a picture of the plant area. So that's the plant area. It was made out of depression and sadness. I created that. Yeah. So Yeah, and I do plant content too, so stay tuned. Whether you watch YouTube, Instagram, I'm gonna bring all of my plant content to YouTube pretty soon too, so you can see all the shenanigans with that. But my grandma, she had a prayer list on the refrigerator. It was always, well, she didn't call it refrigerator, she called it Frigidaire. She was like, the Frigidaire. Can you go get me something out of the Frigidaire? And it was always on the refrigerator. It was always like, it was like the talk of the town. Like everybody went to my grandma's house, whatever. Like when you came through the back door, it's like besides them having this like stainless steel canister, and it had these. My grandfather used to love these almond windmill cookies. Well, they weren't almond. It was like a windmill cookie, shape of a windmill. Like I literally eat them now, but I eat the almond version from Trader Joe's. But they were like the cinnamon windmill cookie. They always had them in this metal canister, and then it was my cousin's cat food because she had cats, and then it was a Frigidaire, and it was a piece of paper on there, and it was a prayer list, and it was just whoever my grandma was praying for. So everybody was just like, oh, who on the prayer list? Like sometimes we would laugh and be like, oh, what did they do? But I don't know because I never asked my grandmother this, but I don't know if the prayer list was necessarily for just bad or could it be for good. I don't know. I didn't ask. Um, I didn't. I felt like I should have been on there a lot, but I wasn't. So maybe that was a good thing, a bad thing. Especially once I got kicked out for being gay, I always thought I was going to be on there. Like I would ask sometimes, am I on the prayer list? Or even when I would come home to visit, I would look to see if my name was on there. And it wasn't as much as I thought it would be. Maybe I'm being delusional, but I just really didn't see my name on that prayer list a lot. Even when, like I said, I left Ohio, moved to Atlanta, and I would come back. Like I would come in and I would like look, like not as soon as I walk through the back door, run like, oh my goodness, like it's like you signing up for something at school and you trying to see if you made the cut. It's like everybody running, looking over here. It wasn't like that, but you still look because we spent a lot of time in the kitchen talking and eating whatever, and also in the living room. So I just was like, I just never really like, hmm. So anyway, so that's the name of this episode. So again, this is going to be how I feel about the church, the Bible, and religion. Being religious does not make you a good person. Being religious does not make you a good person. Say that one more time for all the people in the back. I was going to say all the bees in the back, but all the people in the back. Being religious does not make you a good fucking person. It does not. And that's the problem. Y'all behind me. I got a lot to go, a lot of places to go, so we just go run through it. If God's love is unconditional, then why can't you love me? If God's love is unconditional, then why can't you love me? Why? Why can't you love me? One more time. If God's love is unconditional, then why can't you love me? It's very simple. Why can't you love me? Because it's not really the Bible that makes you hate gay people. Ask yourself, being honest, why don't you like us? Again, ask yourself, being honest, why don't you like us? Why? I could go down a whole fucking bucket list of whys, but it's really not my place to, because that's between you. I was trying to grab my mirror, but it's over there. Between you and the mirror, you and yourself. What is your problem with us? Why do a lot of you hate us so much? And then you use religion and the Bible and the church as a cop-out for why you hate us. Why? God, why didn't you answer my prayers when I prayed and I prayed and I prayed for you to not make me be gay or let me be gay or allow me to be gay or feel gay or however you guys want to see it? I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed Don't make me be gay. Don't let me be gay. I don't want to be gay. I don't want to be gay. And that's really because of the world. All your life you're told that being gay is wrong, and it's just like kids are sponges. If you really think about it, a parent is God in the eyes of a child. So there you have it. You hear the kids pick up on everything. You can be in the grocery store and say something about, oh, look at that FAG behind the counter. Oh, I can't stand them people. That will be forever printed into their head. Just by that one fucking statement that you said about that cashier at that grocery store that was minding their fucking business. That one thing that you said about them penetrated your child, and it's in there forever, and they're never gonna forget that. So if they happen to be a homosexual or transsexual or them, they, or however, whatever you identify as, that right there is going to cause a problem. It's either going to cause them to be sneaky, for them to try to suppress it, or it's just going to tell them, listen, this is who I am and what I am, and I got to be strong in my shit. And we have to remember, everybody is not strong enough to come out of the closet and to be open and to be accepted and to worry about all of the shit that the world thinks about them. Everybody is not ready for that. Neither can everybody handle it, because if they did, we wouldn't be having this problem right now with some people remaining in the closet and not coming out because they're worried about what the world has to say and think about them. Again, we live on, the world is based off of opinions and fucking judgment. Everywhere you go, you're being judged. Everybody is forming their own opinion. That's just like you get into an altercation with somebody, and you may be the right one in the situation, but that friend or person is going to tell everybody else their side, and people 9 times out of 10 are going to believe that. Because whether it's the loyalty or whatever, just like everybody's going to form their own opinion. And a lot of people are followers. A lot of people are followers. I just went off. Again, why are you judging me? Shouldn't it be God? Shouldn't God be the one that's judging me? Again, shouldn't God be the one that's judging me? But yet you feel like you are meant to, supposed to, shoulda, woulda, coulda judge me. This one is say it. I feel like religion, the church, and the Bible has done me so wrong and was never there for me. I feel like religion, the church, and the Bible have done me so wrong and was never there for me. Again, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. God, why didn't you answer my prayer? If being gay is so fucking wrong, then why wasn't my prayer answered? Why? Is it a pick and choose type thing? Is okay, I'm going to cure this person. Is it a cure? Is that what you guys think it is? You can be cured? Like some type of conversion therapy? And that's the thing. Conversion therapy is this fucking stick. It should be a law against it, but you know, we gonna say that for the end. I'm gonna touch back on that. It just literally slipped out. People always tell me I'll find you a church home. Baby, I'm cool. I don't want no parts of the church. I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and say this because again, this is very hard for me to talk about and not wanting me to be judged regarding my feelings about this. But I'm just more spiritual. Like I can't, neither will I believe everything in the Bible. Everything that the church tells me, everything that religion tells me. I just can't. I just can't. And honestly, it's really for that. All of my life, I was told to pray it away ask God. Even when you would ask your fucking parents the answer to a question, they would tell you to pray about it or X, Y, and Z. What does that mean I don't, like, you mean to tell me you can't give me criticism or not criticism, but you can't help me through my situation? Because a lot of times you guys don't know the answer. Or you ask them a question and they get mad that you asked them a question and they don't know the answer, but they're telling you what you should and you should not do. And that's just not for the parents, that's the whole world. The whole world. So I just can't. Again, it just failed me. Like if praying is what you're supposed to do, then why didn't it work for me? Why? And I'm not saying that right now because I want to be straight, because I'm extremely comfortable. About 99.9%. I'm comfortable in myself. And there's always that little of doubt. But that's just because of the world, what the world thinks. And it's just like, I felt like I needed to be straight, or like I'm not supposed to be gay. Like I'm supposed to be straight. So what is going on with me? Is this right? Again, this is how I feel. All I can do is continue to strive to do good, lead with love, and be an amazing person in this perfectly imperfect world. Again, all I can do is continue to strive to be great and lead with love and try to be as good and as perfect as I can in this perfectly imperfect world that we live in. So let's get into like a story timeline, because all of this is coming from, again, this is the Atlanta Chronicles. Atlanta is a very big Bible belt. People are extremely religious there. You go to church, da 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 da. So when I moved I didn't really go to church that much living in Ohio, even though as I started getting older, my mom started to get a little bit more invested in it. And I think that's why that played a very big role in me being kicked out, because of my mom getting into the church, into the Bible. And when you just start getting into something or trying to be serious about it, you're a stickler for everything. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be right. So it just fucked me up. And I feel like that was also, besides my dad, but that was also, again, you guys, when my parents found out, my mom told me, she said, I'm gay. Do I like my dad? Do I like my brother? Do I want to be a woman? Like, all of this came out. And if I'm not mistaken, at the table, I was studying for, this was my second semester in college, I was studying for an exam. And my mom must have been on the other side of the table. And 9 times 10, if she was sitting down, she probably was reading the Bible or doing Bible study. And this is all that transpired while the book was open and all of this was going on. And it just made me just wonder and just say, But anyway, I'm in Atlanta now. I stay with my auntie. Her rule, plain and simple, church twice a week. We went to Bible study on Wednesday, and on Sunday we went to church service. My auntie took me shopping to buy me clothes and stuff like that, so I could have pieces, is the word of Funky Dineva, who ain't got no pieces, to have my pieces for church. And, me being tall, shout out to, I feel like everybody needs a tailor or somebody to alter your shit, because, bitch, my shit wasn't altered. It was baggy. It was big. You know what I'm saying? It was just whatever. It was rough for me, you guys, because I was out in the streets, baby. When I say I was out in the streets, I was clubbing all the time. Like, I was, like, living to club. Like, I felt so free. I felt like I was finally getting to a point where I had started meeting friends, and I was going out, and I was hanging out late at night. My auntie gave me a curfew. And then later on, she had extended it, and sometimes it felt like I was literally coming home right before it was time to go to church. So we would get ready around like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. My cousins would have on their dresses. My auntie would have on their dress. I would have on my suit. I would be tired. Sometimes I would drive my auntie off to the service, and I would drop my cousins off to their service, and I would go back, park, whatever, meet my auntie. Child, she always wanted to sit close to the front. Girl, why do you have to sit in the front? Why? Why? Because I was uncomfortable. I didn't want to be there. I was gay. I didn't think that nobody liked me. They didn't want me there. Like, it was an abomination. It was a sin. I'm going to hell. All these things was going through my head, and bitch, I'm fucking 6'9". So even me sitting down from here, from my fucking titty all the way to the top of my bald shiny head that I freshly shaved and put a little mango oil on top, is in view for everybody to see during the whole service. Everybody the whole time. Mind you, I'm falling asleep. I can't stay awake because I've been out in the club. Like, I'm shifting over to the left, to the right. And let's not even talk about finding the right chapter, passage, psalm. Baby, I will be scanning through there, and then sometimes I'll be looking like, I don't want nobody to know that I don't know what I'm looking for. So let me go ahead and just kind of just keep looking down, but looking up and kind of looking through my side eye, honey, just to make sure I get to the right page. Still couldn't find it. My auntie would have to show me, and then once my cousins got older, they started showing me. Only thing that was keeping me awake during this service was them damn mints. My auntie would always have a mint or a snack or something too, and that would just revive me for a little bit of time. And then the worst was standing up. When we would stand up for the opening, for the closing, to when the choir started, I felt so out of place. I felt so uncomfortable. And as I sat there doing service, you know, me being taller than everybody, I'm just looking around. I'm just looking at everybody like I'm a Cancer. I feel things, emotions, just senses, and it's just like, some of these people here are really nasty, negative people. I would watch some of the church ladies come in with their outfits on, you know, thinking that they was just the hot shit. I'm like, are you really coming here for the Lord? Or are you really coming here to show off in front of every fucking body? Because to me, it seems like you came here to show off for everybody. Okay? You came here. You put more work into your look than what you came here for. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying this for everybody, but a lot of them, they wouldn't speak. They would have this nasty look on their face. There were no smiles. There were no welcoming hugs. No, hey, how you doing? It would just give off very nastiness. And with that, I always felt like, and someone said something recently and it made sense. It's like, the church is like, the hospital is for the sick. There are a lot of people that are going through things in life, and they go to church hoping, wishing, praying, begging, tithing for a cure or for some sense of voila moment or whatever. Like, it's like, but y'all are such mean and nasty people. So if you are in this building, why are you so mean? Why are you so nasty? Why are you so judgmental? Why? I digress. I want to get into two little stories real quick. The first one was, so again, I had to go to Bible study on Wednesdays. I hated it because it messed up my work schedule. So I couldn't I have to work Sunday nights, and I would have to be off Wednesdays. And you know, when you work in customer service at jobs and stuff like that, it's really hard to make your schedule. A lot of times you have to work weekends, but being that I was young, I don't think they had no problem with me closing on Sunday. But Wednesday, I had to have that off. So that was like automatically one of my off days. So it was just like, damn, I can't get 2 days off in a row. Like, it will always have to be Wednesday and something else. But anyway, baby, I stayed in them streets. And one day during Bible study, this guy came in and he literally had on a vest with no shirt underneath. It was giving, what is it? What's his name? In your leather in the summertime wearing ass. Y'all remember that off Waiting to Exhale? That's kind of like how he was, right? So he came into the class. Mind you, I felt extremely out of place. I really didn't, have any friends there. I literally went to Bible study and I left. I sat kind of away from everybody. Everybody had they kind of like cliques when they would sit on one side and the other side. And I felt like I was by myself in the middle. Like, I didn't really gravitate to either side because, again, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel welcome. And I was so worried about me being gay and me being in the church and being told my whole life that it's a sin and I'm going to hell, and not realizing that maybe half of that wasn't me, that was them. That was them with the issues with themselves. Again, the church is like the hospital for the sick. Everybody is coming there for healing and for prayer. In the midst of all this, a lot of y'all are nasty fucking people. Nasty. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden he starts talking, and he gets up and he tells everybody in the class that he has AIDS. And that was like the last thing I wanted to hear. I was like 20. I wasn't even 21 at the time. And, it was always said that, because you're gay, you're going to get AIDS, you're going to die. That was like, that's the gay disease. I even had a friend who, when we would go out, and he would tell me, don't ask him, because I would ask him anyway. And I'd be like, can you tell me who on the club is positive, who has HIV, who has AIDS? And he would be like, you need to treat it as if everybody in here has it. And I was just like, well, bitch, if that's the case, I'm not coming out. But anyway, he gets up and he starts telling us that he had, because, it's different between having HIV and having AIDS. I'm not going to do the breakdown. Y'all could do your own research on that. But he had AIDS. He almost died. And all he could do was eat oatmeal. That's the only thing he could keep down. He had to take oatmeal in the baths. And then all of a sudden, like, he just took his shirt off. And I'm just like, he was just trying to show, like, how much weight he had lost. Everybody in the class gagged. Nobody was talking. Nobody was saying anything. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And I felt like the spotlight was on me. But why? Why? Why do I feel like the spotlight is on me? I don't understand. Like, why? So he starts talking, and even the teacher, he was gagging. He didn't stop him or anything. I feel like he was so gagged and so thrown off that it was like everybody was frozen in time. So everyone had no choice but to listen to him. And I was just so gagging, and he felt so comfortable with getting in front of us. Now, I can't remember the conclusion to all of that. The only thing I know is after that class was over, I ran up out of that bitch. And I said, you know what? I can't do this no more. I said, it's too much. It's too fucking much. I got to get my own place. And we're going to talk about that. This is episode number 5. We're going to talk about that in episode number 7. Okay? So we're going to bring it back up. But I was like, bitch, I got to get up out of my auntie's house because I can't do this. This church, going to church, and I'm already uncomfortable. And they here talking about HIV and AIDS, and this man that stood up in his class, so he had HIV and AIDS. All he could do was he would open, he took off his shirt, and it was love, and sometime went after love. It was just too much. I couldn't take it. Story number 2. I don't know how this happened, but my auntie had this girl at church. I don't know, her name was Melody, something with an M. And she was like this Bible crusader girl. A little heavy, steady, a little chunky. You know how the girls used to wear their weaves in the back when they would just put the tracks, and then they would take the front, kind of gel it back to blend it in. And then the real hair would be at the top, and it would just always be like kind of like a slick back all the way, you know what I'm saying, back before the girls would come to their foreheads, and you would really see the fucking forehead. It was just like, she came by the house, and I'll never forget, she was in there talking to my auntie or to my cousins, and I came to my room around the corner and went to go to the Frigidaire, as my grandma would say. Now, mind you, my auntie loved this girl. She will talk about her all the time. And I was like, bitch, I can't stand her. I don't even know her, but I just don't. I'm not here for her. I'm not. So she just like, hey, how you doing? And I was opening the refrigerator, get me some juice, whatever was going to the refrigerator. She just started talking about what she does and, how she, is here to teach, and she's a vessel, and, here to talk to kids. She likes to talk to kids to see if they have any questions, especially about people being gay. Especially about people being fucking gay. Now, why is this coming out? Where is this coming from? It's hot in here, y'all. I ain't got the air on. Where is this coming from? Why? And she gave me this freaking crazy, I'm trying to bring my thing up like a karate. Death stare. And I'm just like, girl, and I'm just like, okay, girl, I'm just going, I don't have time for this, y'all. Let me get my juice and get out of here, her fat ass. She'll never call me a fat ass Kelly Price. That's what it was given. So I would just like, my auntie had a picture of her on the Frigidaire. And she would just, to the side, pose with her hands in her lap. I'm going to talk about how I feel about church kids later on, engaged in the church. We're going to get to that. Okay, story time is over. Again, I never felt welcome at church because I'm gay, and I'm not changing it. Again, I never felt welcome at the church because I'm gay, and I'm not changing it. As Lady Gaga would say, I was born this way. Now, this is not my story. I mean, this is not my story for everybody else. This is me. I felt like I was born gay. I felt like I've always been gay. It was something that was always suppressed. Like I told you earlier about the incident in the grocery store when you would look at somebody like, oh, they're gay. And it's like, as a child, you remember that. You hear that. It's penetrated your dome. Like, that's something you're never going to forget. Again, we all have different stories, so don't put us in the same box. Again, one bad apple does not spoil the whole bunch if you take that bitch out and you throw it in the fucking trash like you should be. When you see the bitches riding, pick it up and throw it away so it don't fuck up everything else. So stop putting all of us in the same category. We all don't like the same things. We all don't act the same way. We are our own we are all our own individual person. Okay? Fuck. According to the Bible and the way people feel about it, it's a sin and I'm going to hell. According to the Bible and what people say about it, it's a sin and I'm going to hell. Anything in the back? No. Okay, we're done with that one. I sin daily. Sex, corn on the cob, P-O-R-N-E, corn on the cob. That's switch up. Profanity. Bitch, I cuss like a motherfucking sailor. I do. And I used to feel some type of way about that. My mom was like, she's like, you be cussing so much. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, it's like, I'm not cussing to be nasty or to be rude or to be disrespectful. It's just colorful to me. It's like Jennifer Lewis. I feel like I'm like Jennifer Lewis. And, sidebar about the cussing, like growing up, like my mom would like, she would always say like she didn't like when I'll be on social media, I'll be cussing and stuff like that. But yet my other cousin that lives in Ohio, extremely funny, by the way. She used to live with us in Atlanta, child. We're gonna talk about that. Yes! For the singles, gym and the baby carriage. Yes, for the gin and the baby carriage, baby hitting. Yes! Oh my goodness. But she used to cuss all the time. And I told my mom one time, I was like, you be around my cousin, and she cuss all the time. Y'all be laughing, stuff like that. But when it's home, it hits different. It always hits different when you're home. And I steal ink pens, y'all. Come on now, like, bitch. I will steal an ink pen in a minute. If you leave an ink pen somewhere, baby, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to take it. Now, if I see you with my pen, I don't care if you in mid-sentence, I want my shit back. Okay? Give me my fucking pen back. That's all I steal. So calm down, y'all. I ain't out here doing no fraud and shit like that. What makes my sin worse than yours? If being gay is really a sin, because I personally, I'm sorry, I don't feel like being gay is a sin. That's me. And that's how I'm going to live. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Strike me down. Whatever. It's how I feel. Y'all, we are not hurting anybody. We're not causing you any type of harm. And if us being gay is causing you harm or you pain or making you feel a certain type of way, that's your problem. I'll never forget when I came out and I moved to Atlanta, my mom told me that my dad was losing weight because I was fucking gay. I'm like, what in the fuck? You mean to tell me that? Well, child, if that's the case, a lot of y'all parents don't need no Ozempic, child. Y'all kids, y'all want to help y'all parents. If y'all want to help y'all parents lose weight or a friend lose weight, just tell them you fucking gay or you trans or you non-binary. That'll make them lose weight. Cause I'm like, it has to be something deeper. It has to be something deeper. I don't know what it is. I don't care. But you mean to tell me you're losing weight because I'm gay? It's causing you to lose weight? It's making you that fucking stressed out. Let me tell you something about us gays. Especially when it comes to us gays and females. We do a lot more for y'all than y'all motherfucking ninjas do. Okay? We take care of y'all. We make sure y'all look good. Y'all, we keep dressed, even though we all of us don't have the makeup, the hair, and the fashion sense. But we provide comfort. We there for you when you going through shit with your man. We're literally like, and even for me, like I had a lot of female friends when I lived in Atlanta, and I still have quite a few female friends. I was always like a imaginary boyfriend to them. I did a lot more for them than they fucking men did. And some of their men did not even like me being around because of that. Well, you should stop slacking and be there for your girl. Why am I there for her? That's not my girl. We're not fucking. We're not having sex. Why am I doing everything? Why am I always the one they call to, the one they need for help? If that's the case, all I gotta do is go home and get a dildo and boom, keep it moving and call me the next day. Hey, child, what's going on? The fuck? Like, what's wrong with me being gay? If you refuse to repent for any of your sins and actually admit it. Because how you gonna keep sinning and keep doing the same thing? What's the point of repenting if you're not going to focus on, focus on it. But I'm going to hell. Oh, child. On the scale of 1 and 2, yes or no, in regards to you and how you feel about the Bible, do you feel like I'm going to hell for being gay? Again, yes, 1 for yes, 2 for no. In regards to you and the Bible, do you feel like I'm going to hell because I'm gay? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Just put it in the comments. Wherever you're watching this at, put it in the comments. There's no in between. I don't want to hear no questions. I don't want to hear no da-da-da-da. It's just yes or no. Two basic answers to the question. I don't want to hear nothing else. Just a 1 for yes, 2 for no. That's all. Because there's no need to say nothing else. Because you made your mind up either way, right? So stand firm in your decision, yes or no. Do you feel like I'm going to hell? Because, bitch, I'm already sweating over here, okay? Even as a person, I'm an amazing human being. And you believe in the Bible, you go to church faithfully, you whatever religion you are, faith, whatever. Should you be hanging around me? Is you hanging around me going to cause you any harm? And is it a bad look on you for hanging out with me because I'm gay? Is it? That don't need no yes or no in the comments. I just want yes or no for the other question. And what about your kids? Are you comfortable with having, that's the next thing. That's the 3 or 4. 3 or 4. Are you comfortable with your kids hanging around me because I'm gay? A 3 for yes, you're comfortable with it. No, you're not comfortable with it. So either 3 for yes, 4 for no. I want to know. Are you comfortable with me hanging around your kids? Because for some odd reason, y'all got in this thing that we like to, listen, again, as I said earlier, respect everyone's individuality. We are all different, especially as us being black. We already have to deal with the rest of the world, putting us all in one category and boxing us in. Again, one bad apple does not spoil the bunch if you take that bitch out and you throw it away like you're supposed to. We are all different. All of them apples in that thing go taste a little different. They go have a different shape, different whatever. They still an apple, but they're all different. So stop putting us into boxes. Do you secretly want me to change? And do you try to pray the gay out of me? Okay, so this one is like, I was like, I don't know if I want to talk about this because this was something I talked to one of my friends about. And because I had a conversation with a family member. Oh my goodness, it's hot in here. They tried to pray the gay out of me. Honestly, y'all, I really don't know how to feel about that. I was kind of pissed that she told me that. In sidebar, we go get back to this, but it's part of this. Y'all, I made these chronicles for me. I didn't make these for nobody else. I'm not a mentor. This is me telling my story. I would hope and I would love for my story to help and inspire other people, but this is the shit that I went through. I'm speaking from first person, right here in the flesh, not from third person, not from wherever. Like this is coming from me. I'm doing this for me, and I'm realizing that it's causing people to reach out to me and either tell me their stories, which I don't mind to a certain extent, and or people that I know to call me and apologize for things that they may have done wrong to me. I don't fucking care. You did what you did and you said what you said. Plain and simple. You may not be in that space anymore. You may have grown from that. You may have learned. You may have matured or whatever the case may be, but you still said what you said. And words are very powerful. When I was young, it was always the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words and names will never hurt me. That's a fucking lie. I would rather have gotten some of my bones broken than to have been called and treated the way that I was treated by people because of me being gay and the things that I went through. So yeah, like this is for me. This is not for you guys. Again, I appreciate it, but this is for me. I don't know if I'm okay with everybody calling me and telling me, apologies for shit. I don't really want to fucking hear it. I'm okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. But I don't want to hear it, especially if you're going to tell me some things that I wasn't previewed to, and now I'm a gag because I'm like, y'all really thought that about me, or y'all really did this, y'all really said this. Wow. And I was a good friend, a good family member to everybody that I know. Let me tell you something. If we not friends or we don't talk as family or whatever the case may be, if I have been in your presence, I have made you smile, I have probably done something for you, or I may have cussed you out and fight. If that's what you have from me, it's because you deserved it. But I'm a good person to everybody I come in contact with. And to find out that people were saying things, and especially like, you're praying to get out of me, trying to pray to get out of me. I'm trying to pray to get out of me, but I'm still fucking gay. Go figure. We're out. All right, y'all. Oh my goodness. This is a lot. I'm going off. I didn't expect this to be this long and this to be so much, but we're going to come back for part 2. We're going to make a part 2 out of this. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure y'all come back for part 2 of the prayer list. Come back for it. Here's the rest of what I got to say, because if y'all thought this was, you ain't ready for part 2. With that being said, y'all, I'm out of here. Oh, child. Woo! I'm going to hell. I'm sweating.